Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited. Registration opens for the 43rd Air Race Classic. An Embry Riddle flight instructor and air traffic controller receive an award from the FAA. And AirCam announces flyout plans for the Bahamas. Welcome to your Monday edition of Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Skylar Vanell. If you thought about entering the Air Race Classic, now's the time. Registration is open for the 43rd annual all-women's cross-country airplane race. More than 100 women pilots from around the world are expected to compete in this year's event. This year's race marks the 90th anniversary with a 2,500-mile course. There will be up to 60 teams competing, and pilots have 4 days to complete the course. The race will begin at 8 a.m. on June 18th at McKellar-Sipes Regional Airport in Jackson, Tennessee, and will end on the 21st in Welland, Ontario. After the break, more than 30 aviation groups urged the end to the partial government shutdown.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
The dream is real, a truly affordable personal jet aircraft. The Subsonics Personal Jet Kit is priced at only $42,000. Kit plus engine is still under $100K. Add instruments, upholstery, and paint and you're flying. It's time to put your money where your bucket list is. Learn more at sonicsaircraft.com.
More than 30 aviation industry groups and unions are urging the federal government to end the partial government shutdown. The group wrote a joint letter to the President, Senate, and House leaders urging officials to come to a resolution due to the economic consequences. The letter stated the shutdown has caused real damage to the nation's aviation system, and the impacts will only worsen over time. NBAA has created a link on their website where you can tell your local representative what you think about this. The U.S. Air Force accepted the first KC-46A tanker from Boeing. This is a major milestone for the next generation tanker, and it will allow airmen to begin operational testing and flight training. The Air Force has found some issues in developmental testing of the remote vision system, and Boeing has agreed to fix them at their expense. The formal delivery ceremony will be held at McConnell Air Force Base in Kansas and will happen as early as later on this month. The Hubble Space Telescope captured the most detailed image of a close neighbor of the Milky Way. The Triangulum Galaxy is a spiral galaxy located 3 million light-years away. This panoramic survey of the third largest galaxy of our local group of galaxies provides a view of the 40 billion stars that make up one of the most distant objects visible to the naked eye. Knoxville, Tennessee might see a new airport in the near future. The idea has been proposed at the Knoxville, Tennessee Heritage Center Industrial Park. Knoxville is the largest city in the state that does not have a general aviation airport. And that wraps up today's trip around the patch.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight four-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
Welcome back. Embry Riddle instructor Omar Muhammad and ATC veteran Ken Stanley was presented with FAA's Team Aviation Safety Award by the Orlando FSDO office. The award recognizes their professionalism, alertness, and extraordinary teamwork. Back in August, the two came together to help a distressed student pilot land safely after the pilot requested assistance after multiple tries to get the Cessna 172 on the ground. The pilot was alone and had just completed the first solo flight, but ran into some trouble while trying to land at the Ormond Beach Municipal Airport. During the presentation, they recognized Muhammad's extraordinary efforts to assist a fellow pilot in distress. The FAA safety team is to improve the nation's aviation accident rate, and the awards are presented to those who make a difference in reducing those accidents. And for our final story today, AirCam Bahamas has announced the plans for the upcoming flyout in February. If you already own an AirCam, you may want to think about participating in this trip. If you've been wondering what it would be like to own one, well, you're in luck. You're invited to join the AirCam team in the Bahamas to see what they're up to. The fun begins on January 31st in Stuart, Florida. The group will overnight at the Abaco Beach Resort and Marina in Marsh Harbor. On February 2nd, it's off to Long Island, which will serve as a base from Saturday afternoon through Wednesday morning departure. For more information on the flyout, you can go to the AirCam website for all the details. Well, that does it for today's show. From all of us here at Airborne Unlimited, thanks for watching, and we'll see you back on Wednesday.